We're going to talk about the essential laws of fearless living. I have a new book that's coming out in June under that same title. But the material I'm going to present to you is not in the book. Be truthful with you, I never present the same material twice. I've been talking for 30 years and I've never given the same talk. It just wouldn't be appropriate. If life is genuinely new and it is continually giving us new understanding, then we must as individuals be willing to do what we talked about in our first meeting, which was realize that life is not trying to take something from me, it's asking if I want to receive something new. But to do that, I must be willing to be in a place where it's possible for me to be given that which is new. And so when we talk about fear, we have to understand a basic principle, and it is essentially this, that it isn't what we meet in life that is fearful, but what meets it. And if we want to have a genuinely fearless life, which we are created to have, then it is we who must learn what it means to meet life from fearlessness itself. It's a funny thing, really, that we have been taught to imitate what it means to be a fearless human being. And we have been pushed by our culture, which is now global, I'm afraid, to pursue powers and possessions, things that through obtaining them would lend us a sense of power over what we fear. Because if we examine the things that we do, what we're interested in, what we're seeking, even spiritual attainment, the reason that we seek it the way we do is because we're tired of being pushed around. And if I can have this, and then you fill in the blanks. If I could have a better job, more money, if I had a better body. How many of you thought a six-pack set of abs was going to fix everything? Raise your hands. Come on. You know, all it did was attract to you another nut. Two beautiful bodies and no soul. We pursue the things we do because, rightfully so, we're tired of being afraid. Rightfully so. We were never meant to meet each other and wonder what that person has for us or what they might take from us. We were never meant to look out at a world and try to figure out what we could gain from it that would lend us a sense of security to wipe away our fears. We have something much greater than that that lives inside of us. But we don't know it. And what we do know is what we've been taught. And to that end, I would tell you, I do not consider myself to be a teacher of any kind at all. If when pushed, I will say I'm a shower. If you see something, if you've ever been someplace and you saw something that was just beautiful, and when you saw it, the beauty of it wasn't that you were looking at something beautiful, but that there was for a moment no separation between yourself and what you saw, and that instantaneous unification, created in you an impression, and you wanted to share that with somebody because you understood that something existed that transcended who and what you were in that moment, even though you found it in yourself. You wanted to tell people. You say, I saw the most beautiful thing. And you want to take them and show them that. That's what I do. I want to show you some beautiful things about yourself. But a big part of our problem as human beings is that we want all the beauty and none of the ugliness. Because we fear ugliness, because we've been taught to fear it. We can use different words. We think that we love the light, but we don't want any of the darkness. Well, you don't have light without darkness. And it's true interiorly. That which lives and loves and is bright and good requires what we fear in ourselves in order to change what is revealed by it. They serve one another. The states that we abhor, the things in ourselves that we look at and wish we weren't like this and wish we weren't like that, every time that we run away from something we fear in ourselves, it's the exact same thing as running away from the possibility of a whole new understanding of our true nature. So if we want, and I'm trusting that we do, to begin to understand that fearlessness itself exists. You know, I could just stop the whole talk right there and just cover that one idea. That fearlessness isn't something that is produced through the pursuit of a relationship. Fearlessness is the intelligence of relationship itself as it unfolds. Because in true relationship, there aren't separate parts. And that's where we fall down. Is that we look out and we see a world that we take to be separate from ourselves because our mind and the present energy that animates it only knows itself through the way it senses the world around it. And I don't want to get too deep into that because I'm going to tell you some really, I think, tremendous, fascinating